Hey guys, I just finished my breakfast. My husband is out the door. So now we're going to go ahead and walk through the trades that I took this morning. Again, I showed you guys that I was very emotional. We still ended up on a green day because I actually did not allow my emotions to overtake me when I was trading. So we're going to go ahead and hop to the charts and kind of see the trade that I took and the trade that I was about to move my stop loss, but then I didn't and TP2 was smashed. Let's go ahead and head to the charts. Okay, to start off, I'm going to show you guys my trades and then we'll actually go back over the trade to see what happened. All right, so this was my first trade. It was looking, price was overall bearish on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour. Cool. More or less, we ran a pullback from the 4 hour, and then the 1 hour, we got a little bearish. But again, we'll see that in just a moment. But price came to this 1 hour zone. It had a small break of structure here, a sweep of liquidity here, and we got a tap of our zone. I didn't write it just then, but then we got a break of candle right after this candle for our entry. Price went to our TP1, so we moved our stop loss to break even. Then we got stopped out break even. Boo, lame. But then we waited around just a little bit more to kind of see if price would give us another opportunity to get into the markets. On the 5-minute time frame, it did not. It printed out consecutive same color candles. If you want to learn more about how I pivot from there, go and watch my last video. And so once we pivoted and went down to the 1-minute time frame, we found another break of structure here, more like a minor break of structure, but nonetheless a break of structure. We created our supply zone. We got to tap that next candle. We waited for the break of candle to enter for the 1 to 2. And as you guys can see, price came like almost close to my stop loss. Like, I'm surprised I didn't even get my daily stop out yet. But price came up, almost at my TP1, then smashed, and I was getting like super emotional right here. I'm gonna see if I can find the video and show you guys. But I was like, oh my gosh, it's getting close. I kind of want to just move my stop loss, and I didn't. I let my trade play out. How am I going to preach to my community all the time? Let your trade play out. If it hits your stop loss, it hits your stop loss. If it hits your TP, it hits your TP. And then I don't let it hit my TP or my stop loss. Make it make sense. So I left it there. I was willing to risk how much I was risking. And sure enough, price in one beautiful candle smashed my TP1 and smashed my TP2. I literally didn't even get to confirm that I want to move my stop loss to break even before price came to my TP2. So let's go ahead and look at that right now. We are on the 1 hour time frame on micro NASDAQ. Perfect. All right, we're going to start off with our all-time highs. Okay, all-time highs is way up here. I'm going to make that red just so you guys can see it. We had a very important level kind of right here where the market was at. This is also on our 1 hour time frame. We also had this gap right here. You guys see this gap, bro? I just know price is gonna go refill that gap. May not be today, may not be tomorrow, but I feel like price wants to go get it. So from there, we had the gap. Price was in a downwards trend kind of motion just because of the current trend. Obviously, overall, price is moving up, but again, price is pulling back right now. So on my 1 hour, I was looking for a bearish possible trade, looking for some sells. Then we came here. I will zoom in just a moment. We have this liquidity sweep. Okay, price was trying to go higher and was not able to do so. Price was not able to come a little bit higher. It just swept the liquidity of the high because there was resting money right up in here. Let's see if we can find I don't know where my little toolbar went. I had it up here, guys, but it's gone. So we're just going to look, and here's our highlighter. All of these orders, what is going on? We got all of these orders up here. Just waiting, and price absolutely swept them, took those orders. And now we're going to drop down to the 5-minute time frame because that's my entry time frame. What is going on? I'm logged in. Oh, I'm not logged in. Give me 1 second. Let me log in. I'm going to use my husband's account because I love him. He loves me. This should let me use bar replay. Give it a second. It's loading. Perfect. All right. So we swept liquidity at the top. We're going to drop down to the 5-minute time frame for the 9:30 open. That's about 7:30. 9:30 is right here. We're going to go ahead and fast forwards. Fast forwards, fast forwards, fast forwards, fast forwards. Okay, we had no real news today. Donald Trump was going to talk at market open. So I wasn't looking to take a trade at market open. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. But let's go back to the 1 hour for just a moment. We got a small break of structure right here, more like a liquidity grab. But nonetheless, price came down here and held. So I think I wrote out a 1 hour time frame right here. 1 hour zone. Just to be aware of something that could possibly make the market react. And as you guys see, again, we're pretty bearish right here. Price has not made any new highs. So as we go down to the 5-minute time frame, like as soon as market was about to open, I noticed that we have a 5-minute supply right here. I like my 5 minutes orange, my 1 hour is purple, and my 4 hours blue. You guys know this. And then I did not see this zone. I'll show you guys like in a second why it's important, but I didn't see the zone. So I'm waiting for price to make a new low from the current price action right here. Current price is right here. I was waiting for price to make a new low. We're going to wait until 9:30. Price did not. Price tapped this zone. Cool. And then boom, 9:30. Like we could have been one and done right here. Maybe not because it would have probably never smashed our TP. But I wasn't looking to take a trade at 9:30. Anyways, I don't recommend. Not a financial advisor, but just off of my experience, 9:30 trades, like market is just doing whatever. It could really just have no plan. It could go against the actual plan. So I didn't see this, but we did get the break of structure. So that's when I wrote in my little corner box, break of structure to the downside. Okay, we're going to type it here. Hopefully it's still on here. Perfect. Our 1 hour, we were in a bearish pullback because I had a bearish bias. Our 5-minute, we are bearish. We have not broken major structure to the upside. And then we got a break of structure to the downside at, you guessed it, 9:30. If price does not follow these 4 steps, I do not get into a trade. So I was confident in the first trade that I took, which was an L on the 5-minute. So we got the break of structure. I created my 5-minute zone. Again, I didn't see this one, so we're going to go ahead and just not mark it. I created my 5-minute supply zone. Beautiful. And then all I'm doing now is waiting for price to come back to my zone, tap my zone, and then give me a potential entry with one more confluence or reason to get into the trade. So now we're still going down. Price is still going further down. I'm just being patient. I'm not doing nothing crazy. I'm waiting, talking it up with my community, and then boom, we get this fat pink or bullish candle to come into our zone. I do not take aggressive trades. You guys definitely can. But again, in my experience, price will wake me out first and then go. So I just wait for the break of candle entry. So we got the top of the zone. That's at 9:40. So what are we going to write in our box? You guessed it. Yes. Oh, yes, at 9:40. And we also need to put a yes here. Okay, so the only thing I'm waiting to do now is waiting for a break of candle to enter the trade. You guys see this? Who's gonna wait 124 points on micro NASDAQ? Not me. I'm not doing it. I don't want my stop loss that big. So I'm just gonna keep waiting. Let's see. Oh wow. And then we get this giant push here. It held our supply zone, so I felt super confident. And you dang right, your girl took it. We had 89 points on this trade. I waited for the break of candle. I was not in this trade just yet. I wait until the break of candle before I enter a trade. So let's go ahead and put that on there and let's see what happens if the candle breaks and if the candle goes to my TP. Let's see. Alrighty. I think the next candle did break. Boom, we are into this trade. We're waiting patiently. There's nothing left for us to do. We had the break of candle entry. Awesome. That happened at 9:50. So I'm going to type that in my box. This box helps me stay focused and stay on track with my trading plan. Okay, so I always keep this on my screen. All right, the only other thing I will do if I need to touch my mouse or anything is move my stop loss to break even after we hit 1-to-1. So I put my, let's just pretend I have my alert created right here. Boom, 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 alerts right there. Now we just wait. Oh, wow, we get the 1-to-1. Hooray. So what do we do? What do we do? Move our stop loss to break even, following our rules. Now there's nothing left for me to do. If price stops me break even, I am in a risk-free trade. I no longer have any risk up. I'm okay with that. If price snaps my TP2, love it. Green on the day, amazing trade. Let's see how this trade played out. Okay, we're starting to retrace just a little. Mind you, another supply zone has created. So in my mind, I'm thinking, dang, price could very well come back to the zone. But let's see. Oh, it's fighting for its life. It kind of tapped the zone, and sure enough, I was unfortunate and I got stopped out break even. But that's okay because I risk managed. Let's see if that looks like the trade that we took before. Boom. Yep, we took it. We had the entry right after that. Price tapped us in, hit our 1-to-1. We got stopped out at break even there. Okay, so let's look at the trade that I really wanted to move my stop loss, and I could have taken a loss today, but instead I trusted my strategy, trusted my plan. I took some deep breaths and I just took my hand from the mouse. I have to learn, we as traders have to learn to accept our risk. If we can't accept our risk, why are we getting in the trade? When you enter a trade, you should understand, like, no, whatever I'm risking on this trade is already gone. That's the mentality that we have to have as consistently profitable traders. Being able to risk manage well enough to accept our risk and see our trades over time. I've taken 21 trades and I am profitable, and I've won 6 times, I've lost 10 times, and I was break even 4 times. So actually I won 7 times because I didn't add the 21st trade. I've won 7 trades, lost 10 trades, and then was break even 4 trades, and I was profitable over those last 21 trades. That is my main goal as a trader, to not focus so much on this one trade, but risk manage in a way that I can take a collective of trades and be profitable by the end of that, making sure I'm only taking my setup, which is finding the trend, waiting for the break of structure, making sure it has the top of the zone, making sure it has a break of candle for me to enter, and also moving my stop loss to break even when I hit 1-to-1. Why would I want to risk this amount of money, and my stop loss? Because I didn't just lose my stop loss then. Now I've lost all of TP1. I'm going to take my profits where I can, let the trade try to play out. In this case, it didn't. So we're going to move on to the next one. All right, so once that trade hit break even, I was a little sad, but not really, because again, it's a part of my strategy and I risk managed. So now we're just waiting. We're waiting. Price came all the way back up here, and you know what it did again? It swept some more liquidity. We had a break of structure. I don't believe I rewrote out all of this, but you guys follow along. As long as it's following my rules, it's still bearish. We had the sweep of liquidity. We had the break of structure. So the new zone could have been right there. I believe I would have kept the zone right here though. But let's just see how it plays out. Because of this liquidity sweep, I'm still under the impression that price will go down. Especially we're at this 1-hour zone. We're at this 1-hour zone and price is not pushed above it. So I'm just waiting. I'm just going to keep waiting. And I was telling my community that price really likes to start giving us a setup around 10:30, 11 in these most recent months. So if you watch my last video, you can obviously see right here, same color candles. We need an option to pivot because price is not giving us a supplier demand zone, which is the strategy that I trade. So I choose to pivot when I get a 5-minute time frame that is not giving me any setups. So once I saw, okay, we got 3 freaking bearish candles back to back to back to back to back. Could have used it in this bullish, but I was so bearish bias. I'm going to drop on down to my 1 minute. All right. And so on my 1 minute time frame, by the time I did this, I can see that we have a supply zone here on the 1 minute. We also have this one. I believe this is the one I got into, so I might have just clicked it a little late. All right. So we see price gave us a minor break of structure. I also have that on my channel. I will look to see which video that isn't posted at the end. We have a break of structure here. Price closed below that zone. Then we got a tap of our zone. Boom. So it's all following all the steps all over again. We're in a bearish trend. Price broke structure. Yes. Price tapped the zone. Yes. And I believe I got into the candle that broke the candle. So I used the entire zone this trade just because it wasn't a big zone. And I believe I used it this way. How much was it? Yeah, I risked about 60 points rather than risking 30 points because I know that with the 30 points, 9 times out of 10, price will come back, wake me out, hold this zone, and then keep going in my direction. So I just went ahead and risked the entire zone. I was comfortable with what I was risking, so I did take this trade. We're going to put our stop loss here. And we're going to follow the same system and process that we followed with the first trade. So now we have the break of candle entry. We're already there. Now the only thing I will do to touch my mouse is break even at 1-to-1. When price hits 1-to-1, I'll move my stop loss to break even. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, we're looking healthy. We're going down. Let's go. Okay, so we kind of wicked the same area we wicked last time. Let's see. Okay, we're in some drawdown. Not bad, not bad. Drawdown's necessary. Now we're in deep drawdown. Okay, hold on. Okay, we came a little bit back to break even. A little bit close to it. I want to see if we can get to break even. I like to talk and motivate the charts. Like, come on, just go down type stuff. You'll see. If you guys really want to see my energy while trading, click the link in the description box. You can trade with me in my Discord. I go live Monday through Friday. But let's finish out this trade. All right, so now we're even deeper in drawdown, and I promise y'all, I was like, okay, hold on, let me move my stuff lost right here. If it breaks any of these highs, bro, I'm out of there. And then I just took a deep breath, and I was like this. And wouldn't it be, God willing, before I could even move my stop loss to break even and confirm it, after hitting 1-to-1, we had smashed TP2 almost to perfection. Dub trade, beautiful profits made today, all because I made the decision to follow my system and process without hesitation and without fear. Don't even get me wrong, I actually was afraid, so I did have fear, but I chose not to act on that fear rather than, oh my gosh, I'm scared, I'm just going to risk money and just get out. I've been very upset with myself had I got out right here just because it was halfway to my stop loss and then it dropped down. Okay, so I trusted my process and my strategy because it works. Okay, if you trade supply and demand, I promise you it works. Just trust it, follow it, stick to it. If your heart is beating super, super fast and you're in the trade and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to move it, you're risking too much. Stop. You're doing too much. Risk a small amount, build small compound trades over time to make a bigger account size. Okay, I'm trying to get myself out of drawdown. I'm $40 away from getting myself out of drawdown. So, hey, I've never done that before. Like when I was trading any kind of way, looking at bearish candles and selling, looking at bullish candles and buying, and I didn't have a planner set up, there was no way I was able to get myself out of drawdown. When I was taking more than 2 trades a day, I was blowing accounts because there was no way for me to get out of drawdown because I was doing the opposite of my plan. So now that I've followed my plan and I teach others how to follow the supply and demand plan, we come out successful even over the course of 20 trades. I wrote it out, so hopefully you guys can see it. My greens are dubs, orange are losses, and purple are break evens. But we're profitable. And we're able to extract money out of the market. I love it. Let's see how the rest of this played out before I kind of show you guys my video. And yes, I didn't need any more. Today, I chose not to be greedy either. The other day, I tried to go for TP3 and it smacked TP2 perfectly. and then just I lost the extra amount of money that I had. So follow your plan, stick to your rules, and I promise you, you will turn up on the better side of trading. Also, never give up. You could have given up a year ago, you didn't. So why quit now? You know, your breakthrough is just around the corner. All right, I'm going to show you guys me actually taking this trade and how my emotions also took a turn. But this is all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe for more YouTube content. And if you want to trade with me again, the link is in the description box. Catch you guys in the next video. Price is really pushing higher, bro. Might get cooked. Definitely gonna get cooked on this trade. I'm gonna take my L. Should I cut her loose early? I don't want to. I don't know why. Come on, bro. Drop. Drop, bro. Drop. One to one. We'll take it. Come on, bro. TP's right there. Let's go. And you guys, we're almost out of this trade. TP2 is smack. Great patience, great trade day, guys. Beautiful. Way to wait. I wanted to cut it short, but I followed my rules. I accepted my loss. We buzzed down a 1 to 2. We're up on the day. Let's go. Up on the day. Let's go.